united, the global power structure will collapse overnight. And it's not because of what Africa needs. It's because of what the world depends on Africa for. Let me show you why they make sure that never happens. Peace, family. Welcome to the Quiet Rebirth TV. I'm Tila, and we're talking about a scenario the world avoids. What happens if Africa unites? Not divided, not controlled, not influenced, united. If you're ready to awaken, remember, and rebirth, let's get into it. Part 1. The lie they sold us. Africa is not poor. That's the first lie. Africa is the richest continent on earth in resources, land, and future power. Let me simplify it. Gold, oil, diamonds, uranium, cobalt, what your phone and electric cars need. The world runs on African resources, but Africa doesn't control them. Part 2. Why Africa is divided. Africa has 54 countries, 54 different governments, 54 different currencies, and 54 different systems. That's not natural. That's designed. Because a divided Africa is easy to influence and exploit and control. But a united Africa, that's a completely different story. Part 3. What unity would actually look like. If Africa moved as one economic system, one political voice, one trade structure, it would instantly become the largest global voting power and one of the strongest economies and a self-sufficient superpower. No dependency, no begging, no middlemen. Part 4. The real reason the world would shift. Okay, here's where it gets uncomfortable. If Africa united, the tech world slows down. There will be no cobalt control. Europe loses resource leverage and America loses influence. So the global trade systems shift because the world isn't built on power. It's built on access to Africa. And if Africa controls access to everything changes. Part 5. The diaspora factor. Now let's take it further. Africa is not just a place. It's a people. Black people across America, the Caribbean, and Latin America. That's hundreds of millions of people tied to the same origin. If that connection becomes organized, that's not just culture anymore. That's a global influence. Part 6. Why it hasn't happened. So, the real question is not, can Africa unite? The real question is, why hasn't it? And that's because of political interference, economic pressure, internal division, and external influence. Because unity will shift power. And power is not given up easily. Family, this isn't about fantasy. This is about potential. Because the moment Africa unites, the world doesn't just change, it rebalances. If this opened your mind even a little, follow, share, and join the Rebirth Tribe. Because this is just part 1, and we're going deeper. So until next time, stay protected, stay informed, and stay in your power. Mwah.